Today we're reviewing Pokemon Journeys episode 50, Galar's Fossils Stick 'em Together. It's been about a month since the last episode came out, but the anime is finally back in with a new opening too, which I broke down in another video, so you can go and check that one out if you want to hear me talk about the opening. So this episode was pretty good. The anime is continuing to give us Chloe character development episodes, and this time that came in the form of her traveling with Ash and Goh to the Galar region in this episode. Ash also completed his Pokemon Journeys team in this episode. I don't know if he'll catch any more Pokemon, but he finally has a solid team of 6 and his first Pokemon of this generation. Only took him 50 episodes. So let's talk about the actual episode. So the episode starts with Koharu / Chloe coming from school and bonding with Eevee and Yamper. And I noticed that she actually brings Eevee to school and not Yamper, which really separates the two. So after that, she talks to the president of the Museum of Science, and he wants Ash and Goh to go to Galar to investigate the rare fossils. So Ash and Goh accept, and Chloe decides to go along with them, putting school aside to go. And I think this is something we're going to see a lot going forward, Chloe tagging along with Ash and Goh, as long as she writes these reports about what she does while she's away from school. So then they arrive at the Galar region and the wild area, and a wild Boldor suddenly attacks Chloe. So Goh saves her and catches it. I think later on down the line, Ash or Goh is going to have to teach her how to battle so that she can protect herself when Ash and Goh aren't around, because right after that we saw her almost get hit by another Pokemon attack, which was caused by Gasatsu, who works with Carolus, who is introduced right after that, and they both work as fossil researchers. Just a quick note, I called her Carolus since that's her name in the game, and it's easier to say. Plus, they make it a point to say that she's careless later on, and that's the whole pun of her name. So after that, Ash, Chloe, and Goh find the fossil pieces and bring them all to Carolus and Gatatsu, who give their theories on what they think the Pokemon fossil will turn out to be, and they predict that it'll be Dracozolt and Arctozolt, and then they explain how the machine works, and since it'll take 2 hours, they decide to camp and make curry. So this episode kind of felt like the first time they were advertising aspects of the Sword and Shield games, aside from maybe the Darkest Day arc. This is probably the first time I've seen them openly advertise aspects from the game. So after they finish eating, the fossil Pokemon are ready, and their predictions were wrong since Dracovish and Arctozolt came out. And Dracovish immediately starts chasing Ash, and Pikachu tries to stop it with Electro Web, which it easily runs through despite being half water type. And this also causes Arctozolt to start freaking out and freezing things around it. So Ash ends up just taking Dracovish to the water since it wanted to swim. Meanwhile, Goh battles Arctozolt and it tanks a Stone Edge from Boldor despite being half ice type. And I think the anime has done a pretty good job establishing that both these Pokemon are pretty strong, seeing as how they were able to tank 2 attacks that should have been half effective against them. So after that, Gasatsu asks Ash and Goh to look after the fossils for him since they already have enough data. So Ash and Goh end up catching the fossils. I'm so glad Ash actually ended up with a fossil and Goh didn't just end up with both of them. I didn't even know Arctozolt was going to be in this episode, but it was pretty cool to see. I think it'll end up being one of Goh's main Pokemon that he just always has on him, like Cinderace and Sobble, since it's a Gen 8 Pokemon too. And I definitely think Ash is always going to have Dracovish on him, since it's a Gen 8 Pokemon as well, and it's his only Gen 8 Pokemon. So after that, they go home and we see Chloe writing about her report in Galar, and like I said earlier, they'll probably use this as a way for her to keep traveling with Ash and Goh. She'll just have to write reports about where she's been. And overall, I think this was a pretty good episode for Chloe, who got to travel with Ash and Goh. And I really appreciate the anime giving her more screen time and development. And based on the opening, it seems like we'll be getting more of this as the series continues. But I think the biggest highlight of the episode was Ash catching Dracovish, who is now the 6th member of his team. It's also Ash's first Gen 8 Pokemon, like I was saying earlier, and his only fossil Pokemon ever. And now Ash's team is Pikachu, Dragonite, Lucario, Gengar, Galarian, Farfetch'd, and Dracovish, which is a pretty solid team in my opinion. We have yet to see how good Dracovish is going to be in battle, but I'm assuming we'll see Ash use it pretty soon. and I honestly can't wait to see how he battles with it. Farfetch'd, on the other hand, could use some help since I don't think it has any wins in the World Championship. But we know that's coming soon. All that aside, this was a pretty good episode. I give it a 8 out of 10. So let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and bye.